Many years ago, I learned that one of the most powerful ways you can really squeeze people and get great reaction from them is by stacking the effects. And so many's the time I'll approach something and I think to myself, okay, that's a good moment of magic. Now what can I do just before it or just after it to goose the reactions, to take them from here to here to here? And one of the greatest ways, like I said, is to stack your effects. And that's what Reconstruction really is all about. Now, along with the tutorial video, you're going to receive a whole bunch of labels for diamonds, hearts, clubs, and spades. And each of these, I'm going to show you these. This is a sheet of diamond labels. These are not random red. These reds are designed to perfectly match all the red and of course the black. Perfectly match the bicycle brand cards I use, and I'm sure these will work with about 98% of the cards out there in the world. Not some of the more graphic brand designs. It won't work, of course, but with most standard used cards, these labels will work beautifully. Okay, and because we've included diamonds, hearts, clubs, and spades, you're going to have a wide range to choose from. Now, before we go any further, what you need is to use a card. I'm going to make the 2 in a moment look like a 3. But you can notice you can make a 2 look like a 3. You can make a 4 look like a 5 by putting it in the middle of the 5. You can make a 4 look like a 5. You can make a 7 and an 8 look interchangeable as well, because what I can do is I can add one right in here to the 7, make the 7 look like an 8. So you really can use these. 9 like a 10, I don't think so. Oh yeah, can you make it look? No, it's because it's centered on the 9. So it'll work with all 4 suits and at least 3 or 4 cards each. So in every normal pack of cards. Now, probably the best way to use this all the time is to buy a pack of cards called a forcing pack from a magic dealer. And there you can get an entire pack of 52 cards, and they're all 2 of diamonds. So you can make them all look like 3s and Bob's your uncle sort of thing. But the key here is I wanted to make sure we included labels so that from any deck of cards you could use these labels again and again, okay, and find a whole bunch of options, because it makes for a killer giveaway that you give away at the end. Having said all that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a 2 of diamonds, and I'm going to take one of the beautifully printed, color perfectly correct, and put it dead center here and make my 2 look, let's see here, not bad, like a 3. Cover those in, it looks exactly like that. And that's the key to this trick, okay? Now the setup for this handling that I use the most is to have the 3 diamonds here, okay? And have my setup 2 right on top of it. So that's my setup. Now, you basically need to force the 2 of diamonds, and there's lots of ways to do this, but let me lower the camera and show you probably, to me, what is the easiest and most commercial way to do this, okay? This is my setup. I might even have these 2 cards in my pocket. I can do anything I want with my deck of cards. When I want to do this trick, I put the deck in my pocket or in my case, maybe do a mentalism or something with coins, take the deck out, and when I take the deck out, I make sure that the other cards that I've set up in my pocket come along for the ride, and I'm perfectly set up on top. So I've got a 3, my prepared 2, and my legitimate 3. I maybe give the cards a false cut, spread them out like this. They touch any card. They touch one, and I'm going to use topper. I want it to look like I show them this card, but what in fact I do is I push it in, turn the hand over, and show them the 2 on top. I'm actually using my prepared card, but I only show the top bit. So in performance, it looks like they touch literally any card they want. I turn the card over, give them a quick peek at their card. They see it to be a 2, right? Then I square it in apparently to the middle, and I'm here. Leaves everything on top. That's topper. It's just a beautiful technique, Frank Garcia. So as I turn over, I'm going to push that flush, pull this off the top, show it, tap it in like this, maybe even riffle and pause and come on down. Now, false cut. See, like this, okay? I say, look, let's do this. I'm going to turn the card over. It's a 3. Now, let's see what I'm going to do here. The 2 and the 3 there, like that. Okay, good, okay. They're going to cut there. Now, next, I give the pack a false cut, like this, and I say, let's see if I can find your card. Was that your card? I do a double lift. 3 diamonds, that's your card. They say no. I say, you're sure it wasn't the 3 diamonds? They go, no. I say, okay, well, look. I turn the card over and say, put your mark on there, and they put their mark on the card. I think it's a really important part of the trick that they see that. So now you're dealing with kind of a super cool card, because clearly you do this double lift. It looks like an ordinary 3 of diamonds, and it's a marked card, but they've actually secretly marked the prepared card. I say, well, if this wasn't, what was your card? And they say, it's a 2 of diamonds. I go, oh, so close. Well, watch. Wave up my hand, I'll change this to a 2 of diamonds. Like this. There, ta-da. Now, do not underplay that line. That actually gets a good laugh a lot of the time. Boop, magic trick. It's a 2, and they don't believe it. And you say, oh yeah, I guess not, because I mean, after all, you got these give it away here like this. So I turn this over, take the card off, put this in my pocket, and this is my situation now. And I fold the corners down. I say, but if I cover those threes now, like this, okay? And I do that now, you'll agree, boy, oh boy, that looks like your two. And you are so far ahead. I mean, they're convinced that first, the magician screwed up the trick. Second, they've signed the card. Third, they're sure this is the three of diamonds, but it is so gaffed to the hilt, okay? You can casually show it. Say, wait a second, here we go. Now, how to remove this? One way is to just blow, get some steam on it. Another very cool way, try this, get a lighter, wave it underneath a little bit, and what that'll do is it'll smoke the area so when you remove the pip, it looks even more dramatic, which I think is super cool, okay? So you're here like that, you go away, and when you start to pluck this off, pull this off, do not rush that. When you start to slowly pull that off, people freak out. I mean, you're literally renovating the card in front of them, and then have them lean over and pull it off. Real magic. There you go, now it looks more like your two. And then at the end, so the building on it, so this first moment here is magic. Every time you peel it a little bit more is magic. When it comes off, it's boom, magic. And now, you've hidden in full view the next boom, boom. Give a wiggle when they see that even the pips have changed, and you have in fact found their initially peeked at card, and it's signed. It's just a layered, beautiful trick. That's Reconstruction. I'll make sure you have a bunch of labels to last for dozens of performances, and I know it's the kind of thing you're going to have a lot of fun